Why did we decide to expand into the US? I think it was because of the opportunity. There's just such a vast scale and opportunity in the US. Some of the biggest brands in the world are there. There is an incredible amount of advertising spend, and we're an advertising business, so that made natural sense that we're going to grow there. And of course, there is many advantages to going to the US from a British company. There is no language barrier. And ultimately your buyers and your future buyers of the business and potential late stage investors are probably going to be American as well. So it's very useful to have a presence there.
It is easy to fail in the US, and how we know it's easy to fail is because so many people have done it. In fact, America has even been described as a graveyard for British businesses. I think that companies fail because they fail to understand what it is that's going to turn heads. Make sure that you're absolutely clear about what your product stands for and what you want to be known for, right? Get that right. Make sure you've done your homework and you really understand the competition and all the dynamics of that market, and be ready for how they're going to react to you and how you're going to give it to them. This is aggressive. This is stealth. And the third one is get the quality right all the way through in everything you do. Delivery, just get it phenomenally right. Be winning awards from those top retailers or practitioners. Be that good. Then you're in with a chance. That doesn't guarantee it, but you're in with a good chance then.
So if I were to give 3 pieces of advice to any UK business founder trying to crack America, not in any order. 1, do your homework. There's no substitute. You've got to have the data. You have to have the immersion and know the culture, because the culture is going to make or break your success. Secondly, you have to go into it assuming success. You can't be timid, you can't be tentative, it can't be an accidental strategy. It's got to be a core part of what you actually really want to do with the business, and expect that it's absolutely going to work. And finally, scale. You have to be ready to plug in the components in your business model that are going to allow you to meet demand, because you will be successful. And when you are successful, you have to be ready with all of the plugins, whether it's distribution channels, manufacturing, people, and have those things lined up. Maybe not turn the tap on, but at least have the water supply on so you can turn on the tap when you're ready. But those are the things that are really going to make sure that you're going to make a lot of money in the US.
So I think some of the challenges about building a business across the pond in the US, on a shoestring specifically, is really building up that brand that gives you the credibility when you go in to talk to US customers. You don't necessarily have to be an American business, but you have to show that you've got credibility in the US, and that can quite often be hard with a small budget. And also, of course, the sales cycles are incredibly long. So actually, you set out on this journey and you think you've got the customers in the bag. It takes a lot longer to get across the line than you initially thought. One of the things that we really learned while building out the business in the US is that you don't necessarily need to change the perception of the business or even the culture within the business when opening up in the US. You can remain a British business, you just really need to focus on your US credentials. You need to have a very US-centric offering, you need to have the credibility either through partnerships or through some of your local hires to demonstrate you've got the US credentials. But you can also refer back to some of your achievements in the US, but make sure, or rather in the UK, but make sure that your US offering is very US-centric.
There are a couple of key nuggets and takeaways that came out of today's sessions. Firstly, make sure that you are crystal clear on what makes you different. Secondly, culture. Who's going to take that over and embed that into your new business? And thirdly, always think about the practicalities and regulations when launching over in the US.